feels good to be back on the other side tonight. I thought our guys did a tremendous job on the defensive end. Very proud of what we were able to do. That team is very deliberate. That team knows exactly what they want to do. They're very precise in running their offense, and we were able to force 20 turnovers, and that just doesn't happen very often, I don't think, with that team. Their length in that zone is pretty impressive. But I thought our guys came out in the second half and did a nice job of adjusting, and we got some easy baskets.
How would you describe that zone that they come out with? And was it something that you were anticipating?
Oh yeah, it's Syracuse plays the same, very similar zone. And the thing with Stanford, you look at their starting lineup and you look at their size, it's very well equipped to play a zone like that. There's no one under 6'3" in that starting lineup, and you got 3 guys 6'9" and above in that starting lineup, and they do a pretty good job of covering it. I think you try to simulate it in practice, but that length is hard to simulate, and a lot of times they were deflecting our passes. There were other times guys were wide open, but we had to lob it over their length so that we didn't turn it over, and by the time a guy caught it, it wasn't there. So they did a good job of executing it. But I thought in the second half, our guys attacked it very, very well, and I thought that made a difference, along with our defense.
Is that what caused them to step back out into the kind of the traditional 2-3?
They had to adjust to what we were doing, I felt. So they began to flatten out a lot more as opposed to having the 3 guys up.
How valuable is someone like DeJounte against a team like that, where he gets one little gap and seems like he's at the rim?
Well, he was tremendous against the zone. This is the best he's played in zone all year. He did a very good job. He's very calculated. He was very, very efficient. Him, Andrew, and David Crisp all did a good job of penetrating and getting into gaps in the second half. Even Matisse Thybulle had a couple of good drives in there. Andrew, I thought, was very, very good. A lot of people didn't know he was playing kind of with a strained MCL before the game, and he couldn't practice yesterday. So he was a little limited, but he totally used his head, and he came out in that second half and was like a maestro. He was just getting guys easy baskets, fanning the ball all over, and he did a tremendous job.
Is that a concern that
No,
might
he's
linger?
fine. It was better. If you would have seen him yesterday, it might have been a concern. But he made so much progress. He'll be off tomorrow, and Monday he'll come back just as good as new.
And did he strain it in the last game?
Yeah, the big collision that he had there. But again, with a day off, he'll come back Monday, and I'm sure he'll be no problem.
Lorenzo, what is it about DeJounte's skills that allow him to be able to kind of slide and move and find those, get deep and get penetration in those openings that are
Just
there?
something, he was born with some shiftiness, and there are not a lot of people that have that like that. There's a little bit of a crack. He can get through there, but I thought tonight he got through those cracks and was really, really under control. There were a couple of times when he didn't have a shot where he fanned the ball out to someone else. I just thought he was just really under control
And is that
for
just
the most part.
I'm sorry, is that just a sign of additional maturity that he goes in there under control and not?
I don't think there's
recklessly?
any question. It's something that, we've addressed, we've talked about. Now, he's the type of player that if there's something he needs to get better at, he won't stop until he improves at it. And it's been on his mind, and tonight, we probably don't win the game if he doesn't do that.
Coach,